Hey no babes, and come see how I created my birthday nails from beginning to start. As you can see here, from applying the bling, doing the 3D work, the acrylic, the filing, as well as answering a couple of your guys' questions from past videos. Where have I been these past couple months? So come watch and see how I created this nail set for my birthday. Hey no babes, so as you can see here, I am starting off with my bare nails, and first off I am starting off by cleaning out from underneath the nail. As you can see here, making sure that you don't obviously damage your nail under. You don't want to poke too in or make yourself bleed or anything like that. We're just removing any excess of debris. And then here I am going in with the other side and starting to push back the cuticle. As you can see, you're going in gently, going in from side to side wall, going in and also making sure that you use the pointy side just in case you want to get inside the corners and get into the little crevices. After we're done pushing back the cuticle, I am going to be going ahead and going in with a fine sanding band, and I am going to be going ahead and, as you can see, starting to just simply remove the shine from the nail, remove any of the oils. You really don't want to take no longer than literally a minute. It should only take you like 45 seconds to just slightly, just simply remove the shine from the nail. You don't need to apply pressure because that's how you damage the nail. That's how you create those rings of fire. So you definitely don't want to apply pressure when doing this step. You don't need to be removing anything besides the shine. So just literally, just simply removing that shiny layer from your nail. And you can even do this with the nail file if you're too scared to use a drill. But then here I am going in with some cuticle nippers and then just simply going in and just removing any of the cuticle, any debris that I have. As you can see here, just literally any little skin that I have. I hate to see skin around the cuticle, the nail, the sidewalls, everything. So I do try to remove everything, and I try to be careful without hurting myself, obviously hurting your client. You want to be careful when using these kinds of implements because they are sharp. I am using a 1/4 nail nipper, which is usually what I use, or a half. And as you can see here, my nails are dry, which typically I do, depending on the client, depending on what I'm doing, if it's me or whatever. I do sometimes clean them with alcohol before I go in and apply nail tips. So as you can see here, here are the nail tips that I will be using. It says it's my birthday, which I found and I fell in love, and I was like, oh my god, I have to do these 1 year coming up. And finally, I got the chance to use them this year. So very, very happy about this find. As you can see, it is a clear nail tip with balloons, and then it does say it's my birthday. And I will say I do like the color blue, so that's kind of the vibes I kind of went for, trying to like match and also do like the birthday cake kind of vibe. I wanted to try that out. So as you can see here, I am applying the nail tips to 3 of the nails, and then I am applying just 2 regular clear nail tips to the other 2 and applying them with nail glue. As you can see here, applying just a small dot and then applying the nail tip, making sure that it fits from sidewall to sidewall, as you can see here. And then I will be going in and measuring to make sure that they're all even. As you can see here, this is typically how I measure my nails and how I've always done it for the past couple of years, ever since I started to do nails. So I just go in with a nail form and I cut them with scissors. It doesn't really matter which nail form. I use all kinds of nail forms, but typically I do use these because they are the typical nail forms that you do use when doing the practical for nail school and such. So I do like these nail forms, I will say, and as you can see, this is the length that I went for. And if you guys haven't yet, make sure to turn on your post notifications, that way you don't miss a video. And as you can see here, I will be grabbing a 80-100 file, and I am using the 80 side to file the free edge of my nail tips, as you can see here, to make sure I have a nice squared look. And then here I will be going back in with the fine sanding band, and I'm just simply making sure that I'm blending the nail tip to my natural nail, just simply gliding the sanding band to blend the two. That way it could be nice and seamless whenever I go in and apply my application. Also, since they are clear tips, you will see like the nail tip if you don't quite blend it in, especially since they they are clear nail tips and they do have a design, you do want to be careful that way you don't mess up the design that's already pre-designed on there. And then as you could see, like always, I am using my Mia Secret Clear. I am using a number 12 brush from Chun Legend that I have been loving, which just recently I have been thinking about getting a new nail brush to try out. So make sure to comment down below any nail brands of nail brushes that you guys have been liking, or if anything you guys would want me to try out for a future video. But as you can see here, I am also using the Mia Secret monomer. I am also using the Young Nails primer, applying just a quite little bit of that onto the natural nail, and then going in with beads of clear to literally just encapsulate the nails. Since on 3 of them it does already have the design, all I really have to do is apply the clear to all of them, making sure that I'm giving them a nice structured look, as well as making sure that I don't have any air bubbles or bubbles in general, since I am using with clear. As you can see, you will see me put my brush in and expand it into the monomer. That way I could take out any bubbles before going in with the acrylic. So you will see me do that and just simply go in multiple times with monomer. That way my acrylic could be clear as ever. The more acrylic you use, the more monomer you want to use as well. You don't want to go in with dry beads. The more you go in with dry beads is how you'll have your nails look cloudy. They'll give it that cloudy look, kind of like grayish, not clear at all, more whitish, like milky looking. So you definitely don't want that. You want to make sure you have a nice clear look. So as you can see here, I will be applying the acrylic to all of them. And as you can see here, the nails are nice and dry, ready for them to be filed. I am going in with a small, fine, flat top drill bit. As you can see here, usually I do use also like the regular size drill bits, but this is a small drill bit compared to like your regular average size drill bit, if that makes sense. So make sure that it's a small one and not a large barrel bit. So make sure it's a small barrel bit. As you can see here, I am going in, I probably go in like about 10 RPMs. I don't go in too rough, maybe sometimes even 8, 10 the most, 12 the most. But here around the cuticle, typically I go in like a 8, 9. I do go in around the cuticle as you've seen, going in and make sure that I'm making it flush to the cuticle, that my nails flush, I don't have any ridges, bumps, anything like that. Also making sure that the side walls on the side are nice and straight, but yet still a little bit curved. You will see later on that I do like these nails to be like straight but slight curve to them, well, as long as like they look like pretty much even, as you can see here, like compared to the ones with the are pre-designed and then the ones that are actually straight, just to like blend them in, if that makes sense, and still have that nice structured look. So as you can see here, I'm not going in with too much filing. As you can see here, that's what I was just mentioning, to make sure that it's nice and even, comparing them to the straight nail tips. And also, whenever I go in with my nail file, I do go in forward, and obviously for my opposite hand, I do go in reverse. And if you guys have been wondering where I've been these past couple months, honestly, I've been just trying to figure life out as a girl who just turned 22 in May. Like I mentioned, these were my birthday nails, so this would have been my next video after my last video in April, starting May. Here I will mention I am going in with the same 8100 file, and I'm simply just filing my nails, making sure they are nice and sharp and square. As you can see, I will go back in with the drill if needed to either just make sure that I even out the rest. So you will see me also going back in with the nail drill. But besides that, like I mentioned, my birthday was in May and I turned 22, girl. So honestly, I'm just trying to figure life out. I don't know what I'm doing, how to do it, really. And yeah, so like I mentioned, I'm just trying to come back to YouTube, trying to figure it out again. I feel like the reason why I did leave in the first place was because I just felt stressed. I wasn't, honestly, like these past couple of months, I've been just like way in the moment, enjoying living truly. So I have been recording during these past couple of months, which I will mention. So all the videos that you guys see this month and to continue, at least until the end of the year, will be past videos from the past months that I've been gone. And then here, as you can see, I am going in with my buffer. I believe it's a 240 buffer, and I'm going in and buffing every single one of my nails the hell out of them. That way they could be nice and soft. And like I mentioned, also the reason that I feel like I wasn't really so much on YouTube or like consistent was honestly, girl, I was just being lazy, and that's just being real. And here I am dusting off the rest of the dust. I will be going ahead and cleaning them with alcohol after I am happy with my shape, as you get to hear. And I am going in with soap and a brush to clean them. This is how you should be cleaning your nails after a nice good file, which this is what I used to do when I mean, I'm still taking clients, but like a couple years ago, now I do clean them myself for my clients just because it is faster and easier. So I do just clean them with alcohol. If you can't clean them with just soap and water and a brush, you could always just clean them with alcohol. It doesn't have to be perfect, like I mentioned, but I love cleaning them this way because it takes off literally all the debris, and look how they look nice, clear, ready to be blinged out, which I cannot wait for you guys to see them blinged out. I love, love, love my nails blingy, which also, like I mentioned a couple months ago, I was using the IBD for gem glue, so you guys will see. Just recently in my most recent video, my last video, the two guys nail event, I did start to use that one. So make sure to stay tuned for the future video so that we guys could hear my opinion on it. I'm still using it, but I did use this IBD gel one, and honestly, I like it as well too. Just I will say I like it for different reasons, if that makes sense. So here I am going in with just a little bit of SS5s on the very tip of the nail, going in like about 5 or 6 gems in different colors of blue and just like crystal kind of looking. As you can see, I'm applying them in this like diamond shape kind of design and then curing it underneath the lamp. So like I was mentioning for my past videos, I will be uploading them throughout this month and maybe even December, we'll see, depending how my month goes, obviously. And then also, like I mentioned, I will be doing the exact same thing to the pinky and the thumb, applying the crystals and then just simply top coating them, as you could see here. So yeah, honestly, I was just being lazy, and I feel like I was just procrastinating because obviously I was still enjoying me recording. I just didn't want to edit. I feel like that's like the part of it. I just really didn't want to edit. But as you can see here, I did bring out the Trippy Gel from Nailz, which definitely make sure to comment down below if you guys would like to see a review and unboxing. I have one ready. I just got to edit it, girl. But here, as you can see, I grabbed a piece, rolled it out to about like the width of my nail, as you can see here. I am going in with the X-Acto knife and cutting anything I don't need, because as you are applying pressure to the gel, you will be expanding it, as you can see here, as I'm using the silicone tool to apply pressure to adhere it to my nail, as you can see here, from sidewall to sidewall, making sure that it's also still like a French design. As you can see here, that's kind of what I was going for, like that French design kind of look. So as you can see, I am starting to apply pressure to expand the width of the trippy gel, starting off with each little ruffle, and with that I will be creating that with the X-Acto knife and the silicone tool that I'm using here. The silicone tool, this one is a pointed one, and then the other end is like angled. So here with the X-Acto knife, as you can see here, I'm starting to section off literally like each ruffle, because it is very precise. As you can see here, I kind of like separated each ruffle, and then with the silicone tool, I'm pressing down on it, that way I can apply pressure and expanding it into that ruffle that I want. And then within that, I will literally just do like 3 or 2 little lines in between that ruffle to create the little ruffle design, as you can see. So I'm just simply creating each ruffle and then going back in with the silicone tool to like flatten it out and expand it, and then going back in with the X-Acto knife to just literally apply texture, apply pressure to it to give it that look. And also, I like to do this, as you can see, all in one strand. I don't like going in like bead by bead, if that makes, like ruffle by ruffle, if that makes sense. So make sure to try it out different ways. I have tried it out the other way, but I prefer to do it like all in one piece, if that makes sense. And then after I'm done and I love how it looks, I will go ahead and cure it. So make sure to comment down below if you guys would like to see a review on the Nails by Dev Trippy Gel. I will get to that. But as you can see, once it's done curing, I will be going in here with my top coat and giving it a nice glossy finish, starting off here with the bottom, making sure that I don't get no top coat on the crystals. These are Swarovski crystals, so you obviously want to make sure that you keep the shine nice and precise and don't ruin them. So here, as you can see, I'm going all around them and making sure that I'm applying the top coat everywhere. And if you guys haven't yet, make sure to subscribe, and also do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Also, if you guys are enjoying, or if you guys don't like to hear me yet, make sure to comment down below. Also, make sure to not cure any debris or any hairs when applying gel. As you can see, I did use my tweezers to take off a hair, and then once I'm done doing that, I will be going ahead and curing that underneath the lamp for a minute, and then I will go in again with the top coat over here, as you could see, on my actual nail, and start to gloss that up. And as you can see, it's giving a nice clear look to the nail, nice and natural, which I love. And I will be going ahead and curing that again for 60 seconds. And after it's done curing, as you could see, I am going to go back in with IBD gel and going in with just like a small brush and just applying some here to my ring finger. As you can see, I will be applying a aquamarine pear, as you can see here, and matching it to my other hand, making sure that it's obviously even. Going in, adding some more gel around the crystal before I go in and cure it, as you see. And I am just going to simply apply some all around and then go in and cure it. And then I will go in and apply some more gel and then start to apply the other gels. But I do like to apply more around, as you can see here, to ensure that it's nice and secure before I do go ahead and cure it. I am going in with multiple colors of, like I mentioned, aquamarine. I believe I used even cobalt blue. I used sapphire and indigo blue. This yellow color, I believe it's called citrine, if I'm not wrong. I even used an AB of blue, if that makes sense. Like crystal clear. I don't quite remember the name, but like I mentioned, I will make sure to link down below all the colors that I use, sizes I used anywhere. Honestly, I used only sizes 5, 7, and 9, and 12. I didn't go any bigger than that. I think the biggest that I used was a 12, honestly, and the smallest that I used was the SS5. So make sure you are evening out the gel whenever you are applying crystals. That way your gems could be nicely adhered. Like I mentioned, I am making sure that it's nice and even and equal to the other hand here. And I will say, eventually I did notice that I did mess up with this one, which is another pair in this citrine color, which I should have applied it to the other side of the pear, if that makes sense, to make sure that it's even. But then I added some more SS 7s and 5s, smaller SS 5s and 7s over here to add just some more color to it as well. And again, going in with more gel to adhere the gem. I will say I didn't last too long with these nails. I believe I lasted like 2 weeks with these nails the most. After my birthday, y'all, I got hammered for my birthday. I'm not even gonna lie. I had a good birthday, and I think I was going out like, excuse me, the next weekend, and I think for the third weekend I took them off because I know for the gel bottle event I didn't have nails, y'all. So in the next upcoming vlog, you guys will see that I didn't have nails. So literally after these nails, I took off my nails, and I didn't do nails until, well, you guys will see. So I didn't do my nails for like a little while, I believe, after these. But like I mentioned, applying more gel, making sure that everything is nice and secured, and then I will be going in, as you can see here, and adding a nice glossy finish with the top coat, making sure that everything is nicely secured and applied to the nails. And yeah, I had a good birthday. So after this, I didn't do my nails for like a while, but I do know that the big crystal gem, it fell off like for sure after 2 weeks. Like the nails, the gel definitely adhered. I feel like, for 2 weeks it's like doable. And y'all, look at their shine. I love the bling. So that's what that looked like. And then I will be doing the exact same thing here to the pointer finger as I did to the other one, going in with the gel and starting to apply the crystals here. Going in here, I do believe I did use the SS16, but no bigger than that. I do know that. So SS5 through SS16, 12 the biggest. And again, going in with different colors of blue, a little bit of yellow to add, like, dimension and more color to it, as you can see here. And I literally just did like a crystal nail, like an ombre crystal nail, and blended it down, if that makes sense. So I added all different kinds of shapes, and literally it's just a puzzle. You literally just want to apply crystal by crystal and then start to fade your crystals out at the end, which is the crystal ombre, as you can see here. And I only used the IBD gel. And again, just simply scattering every single color, different size and shape. And I basically used only rounded flatbacks on pretty much every nail except for the shapes, obviously, for the ring finger. But I did use pretty much SS5 and SS7s and 9s for the most part. And then just a little bit of 12. And as you can see here, like I said, I'm starting to fade the ombre. And also, I do want to mention, I might sound a little weird, or I don't know. I feel like I obviously maybe sound like I just woke up or something, but I have been editing this video for a couple days now, and I do want to mention that I have been um trying to do this voiceover for like 2 days now because I am a little bit sick. I did have a runny nose. Today is November the 11th. As I'm editing this, doing this voiceover, here as you can see, this is the final look on the crystal application. Now I am going to go in with the top coat and give them a glossy finish, making sure that I don't apply top coat to the crystals. You want to make sure that you preserve the crystals and make sure that the crystals are nice and shiny. So I'm going to be going ahead and doing that and then curing it after 60 seconds. And once that's done curing, as you can see here, this is what they look like. I will be giving them another glossy finish since they are clear nails, and I want them to be as clear as possible, as translucent as possible. I am going to be going in and applying a layer of glossy top coat as well to the back of the nails, like I mentioned, to give them a nice glossy finish. So I will be going ahead and doing that and creating it for 30 seconds. As you can see, this is what they look like. I literally fell in love with my birthday nails. I was so ready to do like the birthday trend design, so I am in love with the ruffles. You guys know I love the bling, and lately I've been loving a lot of the pre-designed nail tips, so I knew I definitely wanted to use these, and I am in love. Make sure to comment down below what you guys think of my birthday nails, and honestly, I am ready to come back to YouTube. I'm ready to commit, literally, because I've been just slacking it. I've been lazy. Girl, now I'm sick. I literally have no excuse but to just do it. And I will have videos coming up. So like I mentioned, make sure to turn on your post notifications if you guys haven't yet. Again, this is what they look like with a flash. Girl, look at that bling. I freaking love. Again, make sure to comment down below and check down below the description for any of my latest videos as well as any of the products that I use. Make sure to check them out. Subscribe. Do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you guys enjoyed. So I better see y'all's comments down below because I definitely missed y'all, and I definitely hope that you guys enjoyed seeing my birthday set. Definitely make sure to comment down below what you guys think, and I hope to see you guys in the next one, though, babes.